Shalom, my friend. Stop. Put the phone down. I know exactly what you did this morning. You opened your eyes, you turned off the alarm, and before your feet even touched the floor, you reached for that black rectangle. You checked your email, you checked the news, you scrolled through Instagram. In those first 60 seconds, you lost the entire day. You handed your sovereignty over to the chaos of the world. You wonder why you are tired by 2:00 p.m. You wonder why you feel anxious about money. You wonder why you are working hard but staying in the same place. It is because you are booting up your operating system with a virus. Today, I am going to give you the antidote. I am going to give you the ignition key. There are 4 specific words, ancient words, powerful words, that the most successful, wealthy, and aligned people in history have said the moment they wake up. These 4 words are not a superstition. They are a login code. They connect your limited local drive to the infinite cloud of abundance. I am Rabbi Boaz, the Torah Life Strategist. I deal with high net worth individuals, CEOs, and leaders, and I tell them all the same thing. The battle for your bank account is not fought in the boardroom. It is fought on your pillow. It is fought in that golden minute, the transition between sleep and wakefulness. If you win the golden minute, you win the day. If you lose it to your phone, you are playing catch-up for the next 16 hours. We are going to install a new protocol today. It is called the Modeh Ani protocol. It is 3,000 years old, but modern neuroscience is just now catching up to why it works. It changes your brain waves. It shifts your frequency from reaction to creation. You are not going to ask for money. You are going to align with the source of money. There is a difference. Beggars ask, kings align. By the end of this video, you will never pick up your phone first thing in the morning again. You will claim your dominion. Let's talk about the system architecture of your soul. The Zohar teaches that when you sleep, your soul leaves your body. Sleep is 1/60th of death. Your consciousness ascends, it recharges. It downloads the software updates for the next day. When you wake up, your soul is re-entering the body. It is a violent spiritual download. You are essentially rebooting your computer. Now, imagine booting up a supercomputer and the first thing you do is open 50 spam tabs, 3 virus programs, and a notification that says you are failing. That is what you do when you check social media first. You flood your fresh, clean vessel with the jealousy, noise, and tragedy of the world. You are polluting the stream at the source. The Modeh Ani protocol is the firewall. It ensures that before you let the world in, you establish who you are and who you work for. You must establish authority before you accept input. The wealthy understand one principle above all else: input versus output. Poor people are consumers of input. Wealthy people are generators of output. When you wake up and scroll, you are consuming. You are taking the exile of effort upon yourself. You are reacting to other people's agendas. The email is someone else's agenda. The news is someone else's agenda. The Instagram post is someone else's highlight reel. You are starting your day as a slave to other people's creations. But the sovereign starts the day with output. The first thing that happens is you speak, you declare, you set the frequency. The 4 words I am about to teach you are a declaration of intent. They signal to the universe: I am online, I am aligned, I am ready to steward the resources you are sending. You cannot be a steward if you are distracted. Chaos tohu repels money, order attracts it. This is the first step of order. So what is the code? What are the words? In Hebrew, they are Modeh Ani lefincha melech. Let me translate this not just linguistically but strategically. Modeh means I admit or I thank. Ani means I, lefincha means before you. Melech means king. Let's break down the mechanics of Modeh, the surrender. The first word is not I, it is thank, admit. In English, we say I thank you. The I comes first, ego first. But in the holy tongue, the action comes before the ego. Modeh Ani, thanks. You are placing gratitude before identity. Why is this critical for wealth? Because arrogance is the #1 destroyer of capital. The moment you think I made this wealth, you cut the wire, you trigger the audit. By saying Modeh first, you are lowering the ego shield. You are admitting that you are a receiver. A receiver, Klai, can hold water. A flat surface, arrogance, cannot. You are shaping yourself into a cup. The second word is Ani. Now that you have submitted, you can establish identity. Who is the I that is waking up? Is it the tired, anxious, detritus employee? No. The ani in this sentence is the soul, the divine spark, the part of you that is indestructible. When you say ani in this context, you are remembering your true status. You are not your bank balance. You are not your job title. You are a biological interface for a divine intelligence. This is crucial for confidence. If you wake up identifying as the guy with $10,000 in credit card debt, you will make decisions from fear. If you wake up identifying as the soul returned by the king, you make decisions from power. Identity drives behavior. Behavior drives results. You are resetting your identity every single morning before the world tries to tell you who you are. The world wants you to be a consumer. The ani declares you are a creator. The third word, lefincha, before you. This is the positioning strategy. Where are you standing? You are not standing before your boss. You are not standing before the IRS. You are not standing before your problems. You are standing before him, the source. This is about audience of one. When you realize you are operating in the presence of the ultimate provider, fear of man disappears. Why are you scared to make that sales call? Because you fear the rejection of a human. But if you have already stood lefincha before the source, the human rejection means nothing. You have already checked in with the CEO. The opinion of the middle manager is irrelevant. This builds unbothered authority. In business, the person who needs nothing is the person who makes the deal. When you stand before him, you need nothing from them. You become dangerous in the marketplace because you are already approved. The fourth word, melech, king. This is the game changer. You are acknowledging the sovereignty of the system. A king has a kingdom. A king has a treasury. A king has resources. When you wake up and call the source king, you are reminding yourself that you are a citizen of a kingdom with infinite resources. Scarcity is a lie. Scarcity only exists outside the palace. Inside the palace there is abundance. By saying melech, you are stepping inside the palace walls. You are aligning yourself with the royal treasury. Poverty consciousness says, there is not enough. Royalty consciousness says, my king owns everything and I am his servant. Servants of the king are fed from the king's table. This shifts you from hustle. I have to create from scratch to stewardship. I have to manage what is flowing. The shift from hustle to flow is the secret of the 1%. Now let's put the full sequence together. Mode ani lefincha melech. I yield, I am here standing before you, the king. And then the prayer continues, chai vkm, living and enduring, sheheshearta by nishmati bkemla. You return my soul to me with compassion, rabba emuneteka. Great is your faithfulness. Listen to the mechanics of that last phrase, great is your faithfulness. We are not talking about our faith in God. We are talking about God's faith in us. Think about that. You went asleep. Maybe you sinned yesterday. Maybe you wasted time. Maybe you were angry, but the king returned your soul. He gave you another day. That means the king has faith in you. He is betting on you. He invested another 24 hours of life into your stock. If the creator of the universe is betting on your stock, who are you to bet against it? Why does this specific sequence unlock wealth? Because money is energy. In Hebrew, money is daimon, blood life force. It flows where there is circulation and structure. When you wake up in reaction mode, checking phone, you are in a state of contraction and anxiety. Anxiety constricts the blood vessels. It constricts the spiritual vessels. You are literally pinching the hose of abundance. When you wake up with the Mode Ani protocol, you are in a state of expansion and gratitude. Gratitude expands the vessel. You are opening the valve. You are starting the day with a win. You successfully acknowledged the source. You successfully aligned your identity. You successfully defeated the urge to check the phone. That is 3 wins before you even brushed your teeth. This creates momentum. Wealth loves momentum. The first win leads to the second win. Let's discuss the biology of belief. When you say these words, you must say them out loud. Not in your head. Speech is physical. It creates vibration. Davar means word and thing. Words create things. When you vibrate these words into the air of your bedroom, you are scrubbing the atmosphere. You are clearing the static of the night. You are commanding your biology. Your reticular activating system, RAS, in your brain is now scanning for king energy, compassion energy, and opportunity energy. If you check the news, your RAS scans for threat energy. Do you see the difference? One brain scans for gold, the other scans for landmines. You cannot find the gold if you are staring at the ground looking for mines. This protocol forces your chin up. It forces your eyes to the horizon. That is where the ships come in. I want to address the exile of the phone. This is the modern idolatry. The phone is a false god. It demands your attention, it demands your worship, and it gives you anxiety in return. It promises connection but delivers isolation. When you touch the phone before you touch your gratitude, you are bowing down to the idol of information. You are saying, Zuckerberg, Musk, CNN, you are my source. Tell me how to feel today. This is spiritual treason. A traitor cannot be trusted with the royal treasury. If you want the king to trust you with his wealth, you must show him that he is your first priority. The first fruits do not just apply to money, they apply to time. The first minute of your day is the first fruit of your time. Do not give it to a stranger. Give it to the source. Now let's get tactical. How do you execute this? You need to set the environment. If your phone is your alarm clock, you have already lost. Get a real alarm clock, an old-school analog clock. $10 on Amazon, buy it. Put your phone in the other room or at least across the room where you cannot reach it from bed. This is the physical firewall. You cannot trust your willpower at 6:00 a.m. Your prefrontal cortex is not fully awake. You are operating on lizard brain. The lizard wants dopamine. You must make it physically impossible to grab the phone without standing up. Architecture beats willpower. Build the wall so you don't have to fight the war every morning. The physical mechanics: 1. The alarm goes off. 2. You open your eyes. 3. You realize you are awake. 4. Do not move. Stay lying down or sit up slightly. 5. Place your hands over your heart or together. 6. Say the words, Mode ani lefincha melech chivkm. 7. Translate it in your mind, I thank you, living King, for returning my soul. 8. Feel the download. Visualize a beam of light entering the crown of your head. This is your battery charge. 9. Only then do you put your feet on the floor. The moment your feet touch the floor, the contract is signed. You have accepted the mission of the day. You have logged into the divine server. Let's look at the evidence. Look at the life of King David. He wrote in the Psalms, I will awake the dawn. He didn't wait for the sun to wake him up, he woke up the sun. He took dominion over time. Look at the modern titans of industry. Tim Cook, Dwayne Johnson, Oprah. Read their morning routines. None of them start by scrolling TikTok in bed. They all have a period of output: meditation, prayer, workout, silence. They are protecting the golden minute. They know that attention is the most expensive currency on earth. If you give it away for free to an app, you are poor. If you hoard it and invest it in your purpose, you become rich. The Mode Ani is the ultimate attention investment. You might say, Rabbi, this sounds too simple. How can 4 words make me wealthy? You are confusing simple with easy. It is simple to understand. It is hard to do. Try it. Try for 7 days not to touch your phone. You will feel the addiction. You will feel the itch. That itch is the chain of slavery. Breaking that chain is the first step to freedom. And wealth is just a form of freedom. If you cannot be free from a piece of glass in your hand, you cannot be free from the rat race. The discipline required to execute the Mode Ani protocol is the exact same muscle required to save money, to invest wisely, and to build a business. It is the muscle of impulse control. We are training that muscle every morning at 6:00 a.m. The concept of Reshit, beginning. The Torah starts with Bereshit, in the beginning. The seed contains the DNA of the entire tree. If the seed is rotten, the tree is rotten. The morning is the seed of the day. If you plant a seed of gratitude and sovereignty, you will harvest a day of opportunity and dominion. If you plant a seed of anxiety and distraction, you will harvest a day of chaos and errors. You cannot plant a cactus and expect a mango. You cannot plant chaos and expect wealth. The Mode Ani is the highest quality seed you can plant. It is a seed of pure alignment. Great is your faithfulness. You are planting faith. You will harvest results. Objection, but Rabbi, I'm not religious. You don't have to be religious. You have to be intelligent. Gravity works whether you are religious or not. Electricity works whether you are religious or not. The law of alignment works whether you are religious or not. Acknowledging a higher power and setting an intention of gratitude is spiritual physics. It lowers cortisol. It raises dopamine. It aligns the reticular activating system. Call it God, call it the universe, call it the source. The code requires you to submit to something higher than your own ego. If you think you are the god of your world, you are limited to your own battery power. And your battery is weak. Connect to the main grid. Objection: Rabbi, I forget. You forget because it is not important to you. You don't forget to put on pants before you leave the house. Why? Because the consequence of being naked is immediate shame. You need to realize that walking into your day without modeh ani is spiritual nakedness. You are entering the battlefield without armor. You are entering the market without protection. Write the words on a card. Tape it to your nightstand. Tape it to the ceiling if you have to. Make it unavoidable. I think. I am before you, King. After 30 days, you won't need the card. It will be engraved on your heart. Let's talk about the wealth frequency. Money is a current. It flows to places of low resistance. Gratitude is the state of zero resistance. Complaint is the state of high resistance. When you wake up and think, I have to go to work, or I'm so tired, you are creating resistance. You are putting up a dam. When you wake up and say, thank you for returning my soul, I am ready, you are removing the dam. The water flows. You will find that lucky things start to happen. You catch the green lights. The meeting goes well. The client signs. It is not magic. You removed the resistance. You stopped fighting the current and started riding it. This is how you move from the exile of effort to the sovereignty of alignment. The time expansion effect. People tell me I don't have time in the morning. This takes 12 seconds. You have time, but here is the paradox. When you give the first moments to the source, the rest of your time expands. It is called braka, blessing. Blessing means more than it should be. A blessed hour feels like 3 hours of productivity. A cursed hour feels like 10 minutes of wasted scrolling. You want time dilation. You want to get more done in less time. That requires focus. Modeh ani is the calibration of focus. You are calibrating the laser before you fire it. If you don't calibrate, you miss the target and you waste the ammo time. Time is the only non-renewable resource. Do not waste the first drops. The protocol for the next 30 days. This is your challenge. This is where we separate the consumers from the architects. 1. Tonight, put the phone in the other room by the alarm clock. 2. Tomorrow morning, when the alarm rings, do not move. 3. Say the words Modeh ani lefincha melech. 4. Visualize the download of light. 5. Feel the gratitude wash over you. 6. Stand up and make your bed. The first physical task of order. If you do this for 3 days, you will feel different. If you do this for 30 days, you will be different. You are building a chain of command. God commands you. You command yourself. Yourself commands your finances. If the chain is broken at the top, the bottom falls out. What to expect in week 1, detox. You will reach for the phantom phone. You will feel bored for those 12 seconds. Your brain will scream, check email, ignore it. It is the addict leaving the body. It is the slave mentality trying to reclaim you, fight it. What to expect in week 2, clarity. You will notice you are calmer during your commute. You are less reactive to your boss. You have more patience. What to expect in week 3, opportunity. You will start to see the hidden jars of oil we talked about in other videos. Your eyes are open. What to expect in week 4, identity shift. You no longer wake up as a slave. You wake up as a partner with the king. You walk differently. You speak differently. This is about baitachin, trust. Trust is the currency of the spiritual world. When you trust God with your morning, He trusts you with His bounty. It is a reciprocal relationship. Great is your faithfulness implies great is my trust. The more you trust, the more you can carry. Anxiety is the opposite of trust. Checking your phone is an act of anxiety. It is saying, I need to know what's happening because I don't trust that I am safe. Modeh ani is saying, I am safe because the king returned me. Safety is the foundation of risk-taking, and risk-taking is the foundation of wealth. You cannot build a fortune if you are trembling with fear. Secure the base, then launch the attack. I want you to think about the return on investment, ROI. What does it cost you? 12 seconds. $0. What is the upside? Peace of mind, strategic alignment, divine protection, focus, dominion. The ROI is infinite. There is no other investment in the world with this risk-reward ratio. You are leaving money on the table every morning you skip this. You are stepping over dollars to pick up pennies of information from social media. Stop stepping over the dollars. Pick up the gold that is waiting for you on your pillow. Every morning is a new IPO of your life. Buy the stock early. Be the first investor in your own day. The advanced level, Netilat Yadyam. Once you master the words, you add the water. The Zohar teaches that Tuma, impurity, rests on the fingertips after sleep. The next step after you say the words is to wash your hands. We will cover this in another video, but know this: the words are the software reboot. The water is the hardware cleaning. Start with the software. Words first, then action. Do not let your feet touch the floor without the password. You wouldn't try to enter a high-security vault without the code. Your day is a high-security vault of opportunity. Enter the code. Do not let the impurity of the night stain the potential of the day. Cleanse the vessel. My friend, you are not poor because of the economy. You are not poor because of your job. You are poor because you are leaking energy. You are starting the race with a flat tire. The Mode Ani is the air pump. It inflates your spirit before the rubber meets the road. Stop driving on flat tires. Stop blaming the road. Fix the tire. It starts the second your eyelids flutter open. That split second is the most powerful moment of your life. It is the moment of choice. The red pill or the blue pill. The phone or the throne. Choose the throne. Every single morning is a referendum on your freedom. Vote for yourself. Vote for the king. I want you to make a commitment right now. Not a wish, a contract. Go to the comments below and type these words: I am awake. This is your digital signature. This tells the algorithm of the universe that you are no longer a sleeping slave. You are an awake sovereign. Do not just watch this video and click away. Sign the contract. Commit to the 30-day Mode Ani protocol. Test it. See if I am wrong. I promise you, the ancient wisdom has never failed. The blueprint works if you build it. Action is the difference between a philosophy and a strategy. Be a strategist. Sign the contract. Remember, wealth is not just numbers in a bank. Wealth is the ability to command your reality. If you cannot command your morning, you cannot command your money. It starts here. It starts now. Tonight you prepare. Tomorrow you execute. The king is waiting for you to check in. Don't leave him hanging while you check Instagram. You have the access code. You have the blueprint. You have the ignition key. The engine of your destiny is waiting for you to turn it. Do not let the distractions of the world steal your fuel. I am Rabbi Boaz. The strategy is simple. The execution is everything. Your soul is the blueprint. Your life is the construction. Say the words, unlock the day, build the vessel, steward the light. And never ever let the chaos of the world enter your mind before you have acknowledged the King of the universe. This is the way of the wealthy. This is the path of the sovereignty. Shalom.